Hey everyone, welcome back to my trading channel. In this video, I will talk about, of course, a token that is becoming investor favorite once again. Now we know Privacy Coin is making a lot of news, especially Redisi, Dash, and then you have Monero. Now, among all the noises, we have a token called as ALCX, which is part of lending and borrowing protocol. Back in 2020, it became so famous that the token pumped to nearly $500 per token. Now, according to CMC, this token has pumped to nearly $11,000 within a matter of a year, and now it's back in the news after dumping to below $10. The token is now trading between the range of $10 to $15, and many believe investing in this token is the right time as it can again hit the level of beyond $500. In this video, we will analyze the chart of ALCX. We will dive into the tokenomics and see what is there in it for you, and is the protocol actually active or the token is active, and what's the possible future forecast for this token. So with that, let's kick off. Let's start the video. Now if you're new here or watching this video for the first time, remember to press the subscribe button, also press the bell icon if you haven't done already, and remember we have a dedicated crypto community, a Telegram community of crypto traders. If you want to join it, just click on the link below and be part of the growing network that help you or keeps you updated every time. So let's dive in ALCX coin. So you can see here, this is the chart of ALCX token. First of all, you can see the breakout of 50 MA. The token is climbing up. We will come to that later, but first, let's talk about some numbers here and then dive into the chart. So let's check out the numbers on CMC. It is trading at $12.05, which is kind of a good price for the token at the moment. And you can see here, all time it is down 97%. That means, or that also means, a lot of upside. If we go down particularly on the supply part, the supply is 2.61 million token total supply, with circulation at 2.5 million token. Now again, make sure to take note of this. Maximum supply is kind of infinite. So I will tell you why I'm focusing on this one quite quickly. So look at the market cap, still $30 million, which is kind of nothing for this token, which is a DeFi protocol not launched today, but back in 2020. This is their Twitter handle. It is launched in 2020 August and is still active. This one was posted 7 hours back, this one November 12th. So clearly they are quite active in the social network. So clearly the product is quite active, which is a good thing, by the way, for the token. Now, if you look at the highs and lows, according to CMC, the highs and lows of this token is all time. Let me show you, close to $11,000 for one token, all time high on May 11th, 2021. All time low is $5. And if we consider all time low, the price of $12 at the moment is quite attractive, I can say. Now, the question is, what about the token? What about the tokenomics? What is going on? And I dig deep, did some research on ALCX, and you can see here it is an ERC20 token with two capabilities. It is a governance and also utility token. You can call it an incentive token for Alchemix platform. By the way, Alchemix is a lending and borrowing protocol that has the capability of self-repaying loans. That is why it became quite famous. Of course, you can check out the complete detail about this protocol. It's a DeFi protocol, and then you can take a decision. This one, I will focus purely on tokenomics and, of course, the token utility and the charts. So go down here, and you will see that ALCX emission, or you can see slow minting, gradually reduce issuance over 3 years. So again, the cap is unlimited. The token emission will be there, which makes a token quite inflationary, and they have mentioned it clearly. But this inflation or this emission will reduce with time and is already reduced. So as you can see here, they have written 2200 ALCX are minted per week indefinitely. That is their latest update. And if you go down here, apart from the distribution, of which 80% of token available through LP staking, if you go down here, you will see the inflation schedule. When they started, they have a huge inflation, and then it gradually decreased over time. That is good for the token, and this is a number that you should focus on. And that is the initial supply of the token was just 478k, and that is why you saw big price action for the token, because the supply is very low. So I want you to be clear that you should not be attracted to the price, to the historical price. You should also take into consideration the supply at that time, which is kind of extremely low. And right now, because of the emission schedule, we are sitting at a supply of at around how much? Nearly 2.5 million token. So again, that's a catch, increase in the supply. If you go down here, you can see here Alchemix is over 3 years old, which means a fixed 2200 ALCX is emitted weekly, increasing the total supply by 114k ALCX annually. Again, they have clearly mentioned an inflation rate of 4.5%, which is quite decent for a crypto project. 4.5% is kind of nothing. And this is a chart that determines the total supply. It is increasing every week and it's still not reaching 3 million token again by the end of 2027, you can say. So clearly the supply is increasing, but not by that much amount that you should be worried. So clearly this is the part that you should be aware of. Now coming back to the chart looks quite good on the daily time frame, of course making higher highs, higher lows, which looks quite bullish. But this is not the catch here. Of course it can go down, it can go up, and you should take a look at the monthly chart to get a fair idea where the token is going. And when we take a look at the monthly chart, the token is kind of struggling at the moment. You can see here continuously declining. It again tried to pump up back in, I think, December 23 to all-time high of $37, but then declined. If you look at the weekly chart, you will clearly see the token is following the same suit. It kept on dumping from time to time. So again, it never reclaimed the new highs, or you can say the previous all-time high, but it tried to break out the 50 MA, which is a good thing, which it is also doing right now. So that is where people are getting quite optimistic. But I would like to be careful at this point because it has still not broken the 50 moving average, which is 50 MA, this red line. Until or unless it breaks this red line, you should not invest in this token, at least not at this time, because time are quite bad. And of course, if you think this token can pump to $500, well, that will take a lot of time. But having said that, hitting $50 to $100 quite possible in the bull run. If it comes in 25 or 26, that is quite possible. Overall, the project is legit, the team is legit, and of course tokenomics already showed you. Will you invest in this token? Well, comment below, let me know. With that, I complete my video. Do subscribe, press the bell icon, and do make sure to join me on Telegram. Thank you very much.